Välkommen till Investalks som publiceras med Dagens Industri. Idag välkomnar vi Jing Liu, VD, och Gustav Olsson, styrelseordförande på BPC Instruments, som utvecklar och säljer instrument för analys av biotekniska processer, där mikroorganismer bryter ner organiskt material. BPC Instruments har i dagsläget sin tyngdpunkt mot biogasindustrin, men breddar sig nu inom nya områden med mycket hög tillväxtpotential. Ambitionen är att upprepa bolagets framgångar i biogassektorn även på andra sektorer. Welcome Jing and welcome Gustav.
Thank you, Anita.
You are a Swedish biotech company founded in 2005. Tell us about BPC Instruments and the company's business concept.
Yeah, we have already in the business since, as you mentioned, 2005, and we're business in 16 years now, over 16 years. We are pioneer and also the world leading provider for feedstock quality check for biogas sectors. And in recent years, we are also expanded to new business sector, as you briefly mentioned. We have a lot of potential application field that are basically can be explored. And we as a company, we are developing advanced analytical instrument for providing the analysis for biotech related analysis, including biogas, including about the availability of plastic material and feed for animal and even for food. And there are also more potential we are currently investigating, including the wastewater analysis, greenhouse gas emission analysis, even preclinical analysis. Yeah.
And maybe I can add to this that the reason I wanted to become engaged in the company from the very beginning was simply that I believed strongly in the products and in the environmentally not only friendly products, but also making sustainability a reality. That's one side of it. And the other side is that I believed very strongly in Jing as a person, as a developer, and as an entrepreneur. So that's my personal interest to be in the company and really try to support as much as I can from the very beginning, because I believe strongly in of the company.
Thank you, Gustav. Also, I want to add, actually, the company back in 2005, we are actually founded by researcher from Lund University, and we're still running by researcher. But we have been very fully commercialized, and we actually we become a, how to say, profitable company back in over 10 years. And we are still a small company, but we are a niche player and we have a big name in our sectors.
Until 2020, your primary focus has been the biogas sector. Now you are expanding to your technology to other sectors as well. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, as mentioned, that our focus is on the biogas. This is also because this is my, you can say, my specialties. And my research field, and you can say it's more comfort zone for us. And also due to the reason that back in 15 years, renewable energy, biogas, has been also a hot topic back in Sweden, but also in Europe. Not until recent years, because due to the energy price has decreased in the past couple of years, and the renewable energy basically facing some difficult time. Until very recently, the geopolitical conflict between Russia and Ukraine has actually really highlighted the importance of national energy security. So basically, for EU member states, it's important to also people realize, well, the best way is to produce the energy, utilize, use locally, and then make less independent and less dependent on the import fossil fuel or import gases. So this is about gas. But over the year, we also realized that the fundamental the key point is we measured Because biogas is a bacterial fermentation, we can measure the bacterial fermentation very accurately to measure either the gas production or gas consumption. And that make us also realize maybe we have a much wider application outside biogas field. So we start looking at the possibility to look at the different sector relate to the, where fermentation still play a central role. And then first things that we identified is the biodegradability, which actually evaluate the biodegradability of a plastic or any polymers in different environment. This is actually a process still done by bacteria. And then that fit perfectly with our instruments. And of course, with adoption and improvement, we make our instrument really suitable for various biodegradability tests in different environments, including the sea, including the water solution, soil, sea environment, and even the composting environment. We're also looking at the possibility back in 1 or 2 years, looking at the feed, animal feed. Having example, for instance, the ruminants fermentation is also based on the bacteria. Bacteria play a central role. We can monitor, we can analyze the gas released during the ruminant fermentation. And that's become quite a powerful tool for us to offer a new solution for in vitro digestibility test. And we do have a customer from both industry and academic in this sector nowadays also.
I think it's interesting to say, as an instrumentation company, you can see that the instruments have a very wide application area. We started in biogas because everybody in the world could recognize we also understood the process, the biological process. Now getting into other areas, the instrumentation problem is, already solved. But then we team up with people having a specific knowledge about the new application areas. And that, some competitors, they just have the instrumentation and trying to copy what we have done already. But this is not enough. You have to have a specific knowledge about the application area. And that's where we come in and really be in the front line, hopefully all the time.
What factors makes BPC Instruments an attractive company for shareholders?
Well, interesting questions. First of all, I believe we are a very innovation company. Innovation have been always a core value for us. We continue develop and improving our instrument, bring the new technology, even from research level down to a really commercial product. And we have already well proved this process, and we're doing very efficiently. And we have actually a solid record on our business, particularly in the biogas sectors. And what we are doing now, of course, with positive, promising market potential for both biogas, but also new business sector, we want to actually replicate our success from biogas sector in new sector. That's creating, I would say, create a 2 dimension of business growth for us. One dimension is continue our the earlier core business area for biogas, renewable energy, but also another dimension is to replicate our success in biogas in other biotech related sector, including biodegradability with water, feed and food sector, etc. Another interesting factor is BPC Instrument. Even though we are a small company, but we are really international. We export our product more than 70 countries and region around the world. That creates a tremendous of stability for us. So our business are very limited, affected by the individual countries' policy changes and economic situation. So as a proof, we have been going through the most difficult times. For instance, during the pandemic, during the past 2 years, our profit, our turnover has growth, have a significant growth. And we can very well adapt it to the new business norm, which is basically in the past 2 years, no business travel, but we still manage to promote, to sell our product and provide the technical support worldwide. So you can see that we very well adapted to very well digitalize our business in terms of marketing and sales. And the last, I would say that, well, not the last, one addition factor I think it could be an interesting company for us is we are really focused on sustainability, clean tech, and renewable. This is actually, all these are very interesting and important challenge that we are facing in the coming year or even decades. And we are addressing all this. We are doing fantastic work and solving really fundamental, contribute to solving the fundamental challenge of our as a human being. So we feel very proud of we are working in this field. And I hope that our investors have sharing the same view of that.
I would like to add, as Jing said, I believe strongly in the sustainability factor. That's, as I said, one of the key driving forces for me personally. But also, I think we haven't promised too much from the company. You have seen examples of many startup companies. They promise gold, and they haven't showed a profitable product for 10 years. And here we can be very secure. We don't grow 30% per year, but we grow all the time. And the point is that we all the time make a profit and we have products that people can trust. And I think that's very important, that we haven't promised too much.
What can the shareholders expect from BPC Instruments in the coming years?
Well, for 2020, our focus is to prepare our future growth also, to support our strategy, the business roadmap. That's including continue strengthen our position in the biogas sector. We are continuing to do so, but also prepare our position and penetrate the new business sector, as I mentioned, like in the biodegradability market, in the animal nutrition market, and also new possible business sector that we are investigating. In order to do that, we need more competence. We need to strengthen our team. So we have been in the beginning, since the beginning of the year to now, we are actually recruiting a number of key employees in the company to strengthen our marketing, sales, and application development. As commented by Gustav, Professor Gustav, we don't want to overpromise anything, but our record, our figure, shows that have a solid support on what we can do, and we think we can grow 10 plus, and we hope more definitely. And we are preparing, we're strengthening our team to support our business expansion in 2 dimensions, both biogas, but also new sectors. And we have actually a completely new series of new products that we hope we're going to launch for this year. Actually, the first product of this new product series has been launched in the 1st of March, which is BPC Go. But we are looking forward to launch the rest of flagship, new generation of flagship product in the coming months.
I would like to add to this, and this is the resilience of the company. I mean, you can spread the risks over very many countries, more than 70 countries. That's one thing. And we have shown that we are not so vulnerable because of the pandemic. Now, of course, all businesses may be influenced by, for example, higher interest rates. But since we also work in many different countries, that also increases our resilience. So we are not very sensitive to sudden changes in the policy in a single country.
So it's I would say, BPC could be a very interesting investment company for investors who are interested in the long-term stable, solid growth with a sustainability interest, with interest on the sustainability development, clean tech, and the renewable. We're not demonstrate the solid and stable growth as a solid and stable company. We also has been demonstrated we have a reasonable business growth. As example, in 2021, we have 19.4% of growth in turnover, sales turnover.
Another important thing is that there are different kind of customers. We have, of course, research institutions and universities and academies as customers, but more and more of the customers are from the industry. And that means that there's a wide spectrum of customers. So that also spreads the risk, sort of, the business risks, because very often if industry is going down, academy is going up. And this also decreases the vulnerability of the company.
Thank you very much, Jing and Gustav.
Thank you.